you've ever seen the Greatest Showman done like that at a Grand Prix, well, but it's never happened. This has got to be the best Grand Prix there has ever been. Keep that energy, keep that support as we go into our hype reel for one of our GB athletes. This is Damon Sanson. Let's give him a massive energy round of applause. Now, you've seen me time and time again on this walkway. You've seen all of the athletes walking out, but you've not seen what happens behind the scenes. So, we're going to walk back there, and I'm going to show you what the athletes experience as they're about to walk out. We're going to go into the warm-up area. We're going to probably see some people warming up, and we're going to see what happens behind the scenes. So, as we're walking through, you can see the athletes have got quite a big area. Officials are here. We have the athletes. We have mascots as well. This is a big area for them. Now, you would have probably realised that you can wave. Come and say hello, wave, okay? You've probably seen, I'll get it between you all. Come and join me. Everyone, come and join me. Come and join me. You've probably seen that all of the athletes are walking out. The matches are ending at different times. Well, these seating areas where it all goes down. We have volunteers, we have staff members that are coordinating all of these coming out. But we've got some of the mascots as well. How are you doing this evening? Are you excited? You are super excited. Is this your belts as well? You all are involved in Taekwondo. What's your name? Poppy and Poppy. What belt are you? Tell everyone what belt you are. Green stripe. Am I going to be back here one day and you're going to be walking out into the finals? Is that going to be happening one day? Maybe it is. It is definitely going to be happening. These are the mascots that are going to be escorting our athletes out this evening. Give them one more wave to the camera. Let's wave. Say hello out there. Oh, listen, they're all clapping you, okay? Now this is where the athletes will see when to come up. We've got real-time results, everything that is happening back here. All of our amazing volunteers, they have been coordinating this all. They're the ones that are bringing the athletes out. They're the ones that are making sure this event runs so smoothly. So it's down to them. If you see someone in red, make sure you shake their hand. Make sure you say thank you. Now, you would have noticed that we're actually, they're all here. Give them a big wave, give a wave. These volunteers, everyone out there, give them a massive round of applause. Now, you would have seen, actually, day by day, this is an athletics track, okay? There's no athletics track here at the regional arena, and I'm walking up here, but we've transformed it. Behind here, we have the warm-up area. Some of our athletes are here now. Throughout the day, this is where they have been. They've been warming up, they've been stretching. We've got an area here where they can go and do everything they need to do to get in the zone today. Back of house, we have so much happening that you don't even see. Production, volunteers, crew, everyone like that. And it's down to all of those people, including you in the audience, why this Grand Prix is going to be so amazing. The 3 days have been great. But for now, what I need you to do is make lots and lots and lots of noise as we've got our hype reel for Team Great Britain's Jade Jones.
Straight gold again, double Olympic champion to the delight of the British fans.
Well, hello and a very warm welcome. As you can see, the fans are ready and we hope you are as well. The long and winding road to Olympic qualification stops off here in Manchester. We began in Moscow, of course, via Rome, out to Taiwan, and here we are on home soil in Manchester, wherever you're joining us from. I hope you're in good health and ready for some taekwondo, of course. We've had some great action so far in the opening 2 days, and even more great stuff to come. 2 weight categories and 2 top class medals to grab as well. Ranking points on the trail to Tokyo are up for grabs, and it's world class fighters everywhere you look. It's been a pleasure to share with you all of the taekwondo so far, and hopefully a pleasure to share with you the men's under 80 kilogram semi-finals. That's who we begin with, followed of course by the women's under 57s as well. So 2 final golds on the final day in Manchester. And of course, I'm sure you're experts, and you'll be looking for the likes of Jade Jones, Rahul Asamani, Damon Sampson, Raul Martinez Garcia, lots of top fighters. But of course, if you've just stumbled across the sport, you're not actually sure how it all works out. Well, let's have a little look at a video that explains just how to get the points on the board. Well, that's you now, an expert in the sport, and you will now be expected to come and get involved in the fighting. But someone, thankfully, who's a real expert, multiple Olympian and medalist, our very own Sarah Stevenson, joining us as we see Andrew Deere going for a bit of Karate Kid pose, the youngsters in the crowd. A real party atmosphere here.
Yeah, I think they've got Jay Jones, Damon Sampson, they're really, really excited. I think it's going to be a great last day for us. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, have we saved the best for last? Well, we are about to find out. As Sarah Stevenson has just told us, British interest mirrored, of course, by Team Canada. So it'll be Jade Jones and Skylar Park. They're going in the last of the semi-finals. Young Jordan Smith on the right-hand side there in the blue jacket, junior world champion. Good experience for her as well at this level.
Yeah, exactly. For anyone that gets in, you know, to a Grand Prix for the first time and still only being so young, you know, it's a win-win. You're going to learn from it, even if you lose, you're going to learn a lesson. So they've all had a great experience here.
As you say, a great experience. No one wants to lose, and who can hand out the lessons in this one? Great Britain against Egypt, Uzbekistan against Spain, Damon Sampson against Saif Issa. The battling Brit will go against the big Egyptian. Sampson, of course, from Elgin, nearby Pebbles, and Egypt from Cairo in Egypt. So he's going to be a safe bet in this one, but it's going to be a difficult challenge for Damon Sampson. Ravalovic, well, a top-class fighter, couple of world silver medals. Martinez, ever hard to score on. A man that you know well, Sarah, both Saif Issa, but also Damon Sampson, the progress he's made in his career from fighting chance to real medalist and champion.
For me, Damon's a real inspiration for a lot of different athletes out there, not even just Taekwondo athletes, you know, coming from kickboxing, making that transition and becoming a world-class top-level Taekwondo athlete. I mean, it's absolutely incredible what he's done. So for me, he's his own legend for what he's done for himself, his original sport, and now his sport of Taekwondo.
First out, fighting in blue from Great Britain, Damon Sampson.
Well, here he comes, and this is how he made his way through. As you say, a credit-worthy effort to get to this stage. And he's a man for the big occasion, loves a fight. And you mentioned that kickboxing background, pretty good with the punches, but also pretty good with the feet, and it's no mean feat coming out into this arena. Nice to have the youngsters with you.
Yeah, I mean, he's been brought out about Imogen Yarrow from Ultimate Taekwondo. I'm sure she's loving it. And also just walking past his dad there, I know his father is a massive role model in his life as well.
Absolutely, and speaking of role models, Saif Issa just about fitting out of the doors there. Stands at 6'6", very tall, long-legged, and there's his route through. That win against Aaron Cook, the man from Moldova. Well, it is all over for him. Golden score, was pushed to the wire, and he's been marched into the ring now.
We've got Zach Rogers from Combat Taekwondo taking it all in.
And a nice little kiss in the hand there.
Very nice.
Good touch. The big man from Egypt against the battling Brit in blue. Now, of course, Sarah, straight away we can talk about height differences, but it's only an advantage if you can use it.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, for me now, the game's changed a little now. You know, you can't hold your leg up for too long. You know, you can't travel, so it kind of gives more of an opportunity for the athletes that are a little bit smaller.
Well, it's, of course, not the size of the man in the fight, but the size of the fight and the man in this one, as Chae Young-bae calls them in. Last-minute instructions for Team Egypt. Sampson and Issa going through the final test here. Chae Young-bae calls them to attention. Crowd doing their part already. This one, of course, the first semi-final on the last day. Sampson in blue, Saif Issa, the taller of the two in red, using that front leg straight away in the open stance. Both men looking for options. There's the punch from Sampson. Did he fall or was he pushed?
I'm saying that he was pushed. Debatable sometimes in that when it's that fast. But for me, Damon looks really strong, really sharp. He's looking really, really up for this.
As you say, made that transition from a kickboxer to a Taekwondo champion. World medals, European medals. He knows his way around the mat. And good to see him back in amongst the Grand Prix medals. But of course, doesn't want to go home with bronze. But likewise, Saif Issa on form, in the lead. And a good jam jaunt to begin. atmosphere building, opportunities being sought out.
Nice, just very, very calm, just relaxed, waiting, very focused. Damon's struggling to get his leg a bit higher. That height difference making it a little bit tough, but Damon's playing a really, really good game. Putting that pressure on him first, getting into that short distance. Getting a Gamjung against Isa for holding, so making it 1-1.
Safe Isa with the big headshot attempt there. The Egyptian, as you say, been put under pressure, but turning the tables there. Nice push to the body. 2-point lead here with about 30 seconds to go in the first. Good from Isa on the inside, showing his ability to fight. Cheong-bi just finding that the chin guard, or arm guard in fact, had come loose. Trying to let loose here as Damon Samson. Good counter hook kick, lands a bit low. Last 20. Nothing doing the creep into the last 10 seconds. Samson, the man in blue, almost eats a big headshot there. Just got the hand out in time. And speaking of time, he's going to see out the round and then get his shin guard fixed. Safe Isa, safely back. Just about. Does he grab the Gamjong there? Perhaps on the buzzer. Well, what a throw from Martin Stamper, but saying, let it go.
Leave it, let it go. Save your card for later. For me, Damon had the control in that first 30 seconds. He really had his game plan. And then the last 30 seconds just switched off a little bit. So this break has come at a good time for Samson just to kind of re-engage, get back to your game plan, keep moving, don't stand still for too long. If you stand still for too long, Isa will get his leg up and take that shot as he did there to take it to 3-1.
Yep, and as you say, I thought he'd strayed to the edges there, but just keeps his toes in the ring.
Very interested to see how the control of a match can change.
Yeah, of course, Taekwondo all about momentum, and as you say, Damon be happy to be back with Martin Stamper, but the Egyptians will be even happier with the big man from Cairo here, standing tall and delivering superbly. He's got the scores on the board, and he started strongly here in the second round, holding the centre. Happy to go on the counter as well if he needs to. Good use. Turns him, leaves Damon Samson on the outside.
Excellent cover there by Samson. Look how high Isa can get his leg. Very, very dangerous in his height. It's such an advantage. A nice body shot there again by Isa.
Yep, the Isa Tower, it could be called, with those big long legs, finding space for them, not easy, but finds another body shot there. Damon Samson in the act of trying to go forward, leaves a gap, and there to plug it. 7-1 to the good. Well, we know how good Samson is on the punch. At what point does he try and step in? Dangerous to do with that big front leg though, and it is the Egyptian instead who closes down. Kicking after Kallio. Cheong-bi was happy to let that go there. I think there's going to be a video replay card. Certainly looked like a kick after Kallio.
Yeah, I mean, we were, you know, maybe the noise or the sound in the ring, you didn't hear. It didn't look like it was intentional from Samson, but it was clearly, you know, after Kallio. So we'll
have to wait and see. Martin Stamper looking on eagerly. To be fair, it looked as if the referee was behind them, so very hard to have eyes in the back of your head, but sometimes you need to. The Safe Isa are very good in the clinch to that head kick. Card is accepted, so let's see, is it just one for the Gamjong? Yes, it is indeed. Cheong-bi gives it, kicking after Kallio. I think the video replay was accepted. So here we go, and there he is, trying to get in with the punch. You mentioned, Sarah, so difficult to get upstairs there.
Yeah, it's so hard, but Damon Samson's transferred over from kickboxing with that incredible front leg high and those chop kicks that he does, which is quite rare for a minus 80 athlete to be able to do the chop kicks that he can do. He's always impressed me with that. But now he's moving now like he should be moving.
But difficulty for the Britain Blue, sadly moving further behind here. Safe Isa safely in control, closing down. And we talked about the importance of being able to use the long levers. He's also very good at killing the game.
Yeah, he's just breaking that down, getting into that short distance, and there's that chop kick. Brilliant by Damon.
Yeah, his responses go from Samson. Excellent stuff here. Cleans out with a chop kick to the face. Che Young-bae's been a busy man so far. He's got the replay card out again. And Egypt were successful the first time. And let's find out what is the pronouncement on this one. Let's have a little look here. There's certainly a good chop kick from Samson. Lands cleanly. Well, there's nothing there other than a good head kick.
Clutching at straws, potentially.
Or indeed throwing the card away. So tense times now for Safe Isa. Damon Samson beginning to grow into this contest. Let's have a look here. What does the referee think? He's waiting, of course. Likewise, Martin Stamper. Successful, card pocketed. A little bit of pressure now on the Egyptian.
I think Samson's got a little bit more to give. We've still got another round to go.
And of course, crucially now, Safe Isa had the momentum. Good from the Egyptian. He said before Damon Samson was happy to get back at the end of the first round. I think the Egyptian will be happy to get back at the end of the second round because he's under real pressure now.
Punch and headshot.
Punch, headshot and a dive befitting of a footballer there. Let's see what the referee thinks of that one. The medics are called on. But isn't it funny? You talked about momentum going each way now.
Yeah, this is an incredible match.
Well, crucial stage in the second round. And we hope that Saif Issa will be okay to continue. He's contributed excellently to this contest. And the big man stands. He stands a little bit closer now to Damon Samson. The end of the second round in the offing. Some concern on the face. Some encouragement from the crowd. And some confusion from the coach. Gam John Given. Issa not happy with that one, but talking too much to the referee. That's his contention.
A lot of frustration now for Issa. Losing a little bit of focus, in my opinion.
No, I think that's fair to say, and I think he's very concerned about the position of his kneecap, as anybody would be. Showing it to his coach there. Is he okay to walk it off? Damon Samson, a respectful fighter. Yeah, he feels as if his knees popped in and popped out again there. Don't know if he's okay to continue. Shakes his head, shakes the hand of Samson. Unfortunate for Saif Issa. We hope that he's fit to recover, but safely through to the final. Damon Samson put it on him, gathered it up. Final thoughts and prayers there for Saif Issa. Good respect from Samson. Not the way he would like to win it, but he made that happen.
Yeah, and he potentially could have won that anyway. I think it was going in the right direction for him. To be honest, it's one of those matches where you wouldn't have known who was going to, come out on top at the end, which is always great for us to watch and to commentate on, and for the viewers to watch as well. You want it to be that close in these semi-finals of the Grand Prix, the best in the world. But for me, if Damon would have stood still for a second, Issa would have took the shot. If Damon put the pressure on, it could have been Damon. So, it would have been a great last round.
Yep, coulda, woulda, shoulda for Saif Issa. Most important, we hope he's safe and healthy. But it is Samson with a big win there. And if you could have told him this morning that he'd been the Grand Prix final, he would have taken it.
I think Damon will be really, really pleased with this. I think he's really pushing forward. He's 31 years old and still now at the top of his game and pushing and pushing.
Yeah, as you say, that experience, that quality, good head kick brought him back into a couple of power punches as well. Friends and family happy to see him. Well, will he be posing at the end with gold or silver? One thing for sure, he's into the final. Who's going to join him there? Well, we have Uzbekistan and Spain. They are coming up next. Samsam delighted. Saif Isa injured, and we wish him, of course, a safe and speedy recovery. Nikita Rafaelovic against Raul Martinez Garcia, and they are on their way in just a moment's time.
Manchester, let's keep the noise going. Next in our men's under 80 kilogram semi-final from Uzbekistan, Nikita Rafaelovic in blue.
Well, here he comes, the man from Uzbekistan, the top man from Tashkent.
He's been brought out by Poppy Parry-Jones, which is a very famous half-sister of someone that's coming on next.
Very good. So, young Poppy, well, will she get to see Jade Jones celebrate? Of course, that will be in the final semi-final. This is the second semi for the men's. And speaking of semis, this man's been into many a medal match, couple of world silver medals, a bronze most recently in the Moscow Grand Prix. Well, here he comes, Raul Martinez Garcia. Stands at 6'3" tall, the man from Madrid. A bronze at the Grand Prix in London. So he knows how to get around in the UK.
On the little Charlie Tovey there, who's also a relative of Jade Jones.
Oh, it's a family affair for Jones.
It is.
Well, they have something to cheer about at the end. Well, of course, a silver medalist in the Rome Grand Prix. Back on form here, and he means business. Tough fighter to score against. Of course, he's got that quality, the ability to defend. Rafaelovic, likewise. A battle of concentration for both men. And they will know that Damon Samson is through. And if you're just joining us, Tariq Benradi, thankfully isn't. Highly experienced Olympic referee, and he'll be running the rule over this final. So Great Britain's Damon Samson awaits. And in this one, well, toss of a coin stuff. Big win earlier. Spain against Russia. Can it be a likewise battle here in this one?
We could have a cagey first round, I think. Defensive players using that front leg to fence off.
Yeah, and if you are new to the sport, this is not taekwondo, this is the test. So it does get a lot faster and more furious than this. But who can be in the driving seat as we motor towards the finals now? Spain in blue, Uzbekistan, I apologise, Spain in red, Uzbekistan in blue. Both men still going for gold here. Front leg attempt there from Garcia. Punch not with much power on it, but judges liked it. Not sure about that one. Martinez couldn't care less. Nice headshot attempt there in response with a punch from the man from Tashkent.
Slightly better, worthy of a point.
Yeah, I think Martinez was perhaps a little bit fortunate to get that first punch on the board. Good. No element of fortune with that one. No back leg blast home under the guard. Rafaelovic caught hopping. Of course, the Manchester Grand Prix, the final one before the Grand Prix final itself in Fujairah. As they build towards that, as Tariq Benradi gets involved in a little bit of dressing of the fighters there. A wardrobe malfunction complete. 4-1 on the board to Martinez. And one of the things so far, as we know with Martinez, once he gets into the lead, loves to defend it. One of those guys or one of those fighters, he's either too close or too far away. And that's his style, loves to either close down, as we can see. Tries with the back kick there. Creates the gam job. He's just getting a bit better now for Martinez.
Martinez a little bit more creative with that front leg, a little bit more brave, taking a risk. And it's paying off.
Yeah, risk plus reward for the man in red. Better from Rafaelovic coming forward. He knows he's been a bit of a passenger here in this first round. Trying to drive forward now. Decent push kick to the body. Martinez again. Well, if you count the clinches in this one, I think you'll need a calculator. As the Spaniard loves to get in, spoil the match. Nice head movement. We were talking before the match started. Spanish heavyweight Montesinos used to make you miss by millimeters. Same style here.
Yeah, it almost makes you feel a little bit stupid when when someone's so good at movement, the way they can just move that tiny part of their body just to make you miss and capitalise on that. What both these athletes now, they've got some great movement, they've got some great disguises, they're not quite capitalising on that yet, which is quite usual for a first round.
As you say, usual for a first round, that movement. But that kick a little bit below the belt, thankfully just at the top of the thigh under the hip, so you need a bit of time to recover. Looking for a gam jump perhaps. It was just a step through back kick, landed low.
A little bit low, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, Tariq Benradi will indeed review the video. We may not be privy to exactly, but it looked like a back kick landing on the top of the thigh. There is Tavares from Puerto Rico in charge of the video replay system. Let's have a look.
Could be slightly low, even on the leg there. But did he step into the distance as he was doing the kick? It wasn't intentional.
I certainly wouldn't think it was intentional, so maybe a bit of a risky throw of the card from Team Uzbekistan. What do the judges think? Raul Martinez Garcia looked like a decent attempt. The coach maybe living to regret that one.
I don't think anyone would intentionally try and score low anyway. We want to win, we want to score points, we're aiming for the body armour.
Absolutely, and the judges agree with you. Up to 6-1 now for Spain. And Martinez, well, this is his favourite distance now. He will know that Damon Samson is waiting for him. He's got his hand and foot full here with Rafalovic. Decent from the Uzbek, trying to come forward. Back leg almost creates a front leg to the face. End of the first round. Defending really well.
Yeah, it started really, really strong. As you said, John, got into the lead, and now just using that front leg to keep them at bay. And the flexibility and the threat is incredible from both athletes, but for me, Martinez just has the edge so far.
And of course, I'm going to ask you the question, if you're the coach in the Uzbek corner, or you're Rafalovic himself, you know that he's going to cover, he's going to close the distance, he's going to block. How can you counteract that?
For me, Rafalovic, you could see before he had some incredible movement, but just really not quick, but just that where you think he's going to go and then he's not going to go. I think maybe a little bit of that in this next round will help him out to open some opportunities up.
Yeah, looking for the surprise attack will be the man in blue, but looking to keep things just the same. Madrid's finest, Raul Martinez Garcia. He has the lead. And we are leading towards the men's under 80 kilogram final. Great Britain's Damon Samson awaits. The man from Uzbekistan in blue. And Rafalovic trying there with that little twisting kick, something a bit different. Tries to drag it down towards the head. Good step through back kick this time. He's going to get the bonus points. A little bit low the first time, but it's the high scoring shot on this one. Yeah, I think he's going to have to get extra points for that. It was a step through back kick, which is 4 points. Only 2 went on the board. And that is indeed the conversation with the referee.
Incredible shot, incredible tactics for Garcia.
Yeah, and to do that step through back kick against someone that's a world silver medalist shows confidence.
Yeah, and I think Rafalovic was just thinking, okay, he's going to defend, he's not going to really attack, and then straight away put a massive lead now.
Yeah, massive lead, massive opportunity, and as you say, we wanted the surprise tactics from the man in blue, but stepping in with the surprise back kick. Martinez showing confidence and quality as he puts a march on now towards the final. Good from the Spaniard, plenty of aggression.
A little bit of confusion for Rafalovic, I think. For me, he's just kind of not sure what to do yet, holding out for this round. He needs a couple of points to get that confidence going into that last round.
Yeah, for sure. The man from Uzbekistan needs something on the board, but look at the ability to manipulate and control distance. Good punch on the inside there from the Uzbek. Desperation, creating a little point on the board there. But the man from Spain, so good at either being too far away or too close. Again into the clinch.
Excellent work in the clinch there for both athletes. Both did exactly the same shot. No points, but very, very strong.
Yeah, strong stuff and strong start from Martinez as we march towards the end of this second round. Uzbek trying again. Well, we talked about it, mirroring your opponent. That was the technique used by Martinez.
If he can do it, I can do it.
Exactly. Anything you can do, I can do. Well, worse on this occasion. Slipped round the corner.
Unfortunately.
Well, we're stepping towards the end of that one. Nice reverse turning kick round the corner. Good catch on the shoulder. And we're going to get a chance. We spoke about Rafalovic on the way through, what he had to do. That's the difficult question. The easier question, what is it that the Spaniard is doing right?
Well, for one, keep doing what he is doing in the last round. Doesn't need to change. You know, keeping him at bay, using that front leg, surprise attacks, using his movement to avoid, not engaging in the clinch. Very, very hard to score on, very difficult if you have to chase, you know, 8 points. It is to make it even. I think that's going to be a really difficult ask for Rafalovic.
And of course, we, you know, both former athletes, you know, at the elite level, some people are good in training, some people are good at competitions. This guy, he looks as if all he does is spar. There's no real flashy techniques, but he's so comfortable in that distance.
No real technique. There's nothing really nice about his style, really. You know, I wouldn't say it's nice taekwondo, but that doesn't matter. You know, exactly, you say, find a way to score and not concede.
Well, that's the battle now for the Uzbeki. He has to score and not concede. Can he turn the tables here? He's got time, but he's got a tough customer. Raul Martinez Garcia. Standing stock, stayed in the centre. Almost getting clipped on the way out there, but that radar, the pretend chop kick, straight out the textbook of wasting time, sneaks in with the punch, and it's another surprise attack.
Typical old, very, very old school technique by Spain that's probably stayed in their gym for generations.
I'm sure Gary Sykes of All Stars Taekwondo, that was back in the 70s when they would throw those around.
I don't think he could reach that high. Didn't need to.
But needing to at this moment, trying to reach back into this one. Rafalovic got 1 point on the board, tries to sneak another one under the guard. They're decent, and he's now going to have to throw caution to the wind. Come forward. A chance to get into the Grand Prix final awaits. Well, deep into the third round, back leg well blocked there from the Spaniard in red. The man in blue does likewise, shipping plenty of power, both men, and again into the clinch.
Excellent work from Garcia, just making it so difficult for Rafalovic. Very needs to be careful of holding, he's putting his arms over Garcia in that short distance. That's two gamjons now for holding.
Two gamjons for holding, as you say, but holding on to this lead is the Spaniard, showing good quality footwork in the inside, slipping inside the kicks. Well, he's got double the points on the board, 45 to go in this one, and not a single gamjon against Martinez as yet. It shows you how good he is at defending.
Very brave there with that left leg, back leg from Garcia. Almost didn't care that Rafalovic was going to spin. He was ready for it.
Yeah, ready for it, as he has been from the kick-off here. Started with a strong punch and a couple of kicks to the body, and he's ending it with a masterclass in defending. Punches, closes, and that anticipation, that radar, fantastic.
Yeah, exactly, just kind of knowing he's going to come, move back slightly, and then straight into that short distance. So difficult to hit. And using your head as well, using your head just to kind of move in, out, in that short distance, down. You're a moving target all the time.
Yeah, speaking of head movement, he is well ahead now. As you see, a moving target, and he's moving off into the distance now. Damien Samson will be having a little peek through the curtains here. just to see who's going to make it through. And there's no doubt about it, Rafalovic has run his race. And Val Martinez Garcia, too good and too strong for too long. And he goes into the men's under 80 kilogram final, never in doubt. And we've seen a lot of good performances here, Sarah, and we know he's got more to come. But that one there, very, very professional. Professional,
textbook, calm, didn't waste too much energy, you know, made it look easy. Yeah, exactly, very, very professional. And two different styles in the final.
That's a good point, and that will be prime viewing here, wherever you're joining us from. You've got the best seats in the house, apart from Sarah and I, of course. We're ringside. But wherever you are, I hope you're enjoying the Taekwondo. It's been great so far. First couple of days, top class fighters. We've seen every style in the book. But as our expert analyst says, lots to look forward to in the men's minus 80 kilogram final. It will be Uzbekistan against Damon Samson, and that is coming up. That will of course be preceded by the women's under 57 kilogram semi-finals, of which, well, we're going to get to enjoy home fighter and home favourite Jade Jones. She's going against Skylar Park. Big moments for both. And as we can see, Jones and Park, Zhao and Asamani, and of course we know what it's like, you know what it's like to fight at home. Skylar Park and Jade, they've shared the ring before. Jade came out on top, so it's a big moment for both fighters. I think Skylar Park has got a great attitude, she's got a really fighting spirit, and so is Jade. So it could be a bit of a battle, this one, in terms of attitude and aggression. I hope. It's always good to see that as well, like showing our females that have that aggression and attitude. Well, the attitude affects the altitude as Jade Jones gets ready for this one. Skylar Park of Canada, as you say, a feisty competitor. Ran Jade close on a couple of occasions, but the Welsh wonder came out on top, and she's going to come out in just a couple of moments. Crowd are ready. And we can just about see Jade Jones in the background there. Friends and family in gathered. Jade's mum there.
Under 57 kilogram category from Great Britain, fighting in blue, Jade Jones!
Yeah, mother and grandfather gathered, friends and family here united. Jade Jones carrying the charge for Great Britain here. Can she grab gold? Does she grab hands of some youngsters here? Well, when you're double Olympic champion, you can have two mascots. So she is keeping it in the family. She has Charlie Toby, her cousin, and Poppy Jones, her little sister. Well, coming in team-handed, as you say, mum in the crowd, ready for action. And Jade Jones, she's looked good today, Sarah. She does. She looks focused. She looks ready. She thrives on home soil. But this is a rivalry, a little rivalry, but it's there nonetheless. Yeah, a budding rivalry. The Flint fighter. What can she do? The Welsh wonder going up against Canada's best. Well, we spoke about the importance of family. Skylar Park and her father, Jay Park, the coach, and they're on the way in here. She has little Zach Rogers from Combat Taekwondo. He's smiling now. He's a little bit more comfortable. Rogers to that, and will it be a win for Canada? They will certainly be hoping for that. Good, respectful cheer, and likewise Skylar Park looks as if she's ready for the big occasion. Yeah, I think she's, for me, I watched the fight over the last couple of years. You know, she is still quite young, but she's got a real ambition. She reminds me a little bit of Lauren with that attitude, Lauren Williams with that attitude and that determination and a little bit of aggression. I love a bit of aggression in the girls. I love it. I'm actually sitting far back from me today, just in case you throw a punch here. So, as you say, fine female role models, plenty of aggression, plenty of technique and style, and a good aggressive warm-up here from the Canadian. Li Guao from China in charge of proceedings in this one. Jade Jones, of course, surrounded by family. Likewise, Skylar Park, a dad in the coaching corner, her mum the team manager, so they keep it in the family, and all of the Parks, all 8 of them, children and grandchildren, are all black belts. That's incredible, brilliant, yep. Fantastic for our sport. Yep, history makers and great role models, but Jade Jones, and she's representing the host nation, of course, and trying to give it absolutely everything she's got. Good form. Ruben Richards, her coach, in the corner. Looks focused and ready. Game plans are locked in. Jones circling, not the start that she usually goes for, keeping it conservative to begin, giving the Canadian her due respect. Skylar Park marginally the taller, but Jade Jones certainly with the more experience. Hook kick attempt from the Welsh fighter in blue. Britain's finest lands a big punch on the way through. Decent attempt. And Skylar Park happy to see that it doesn't score.
The height difference for Jade never bothers her. She's always going to be one of the smaller ones. She's not small by any means, but some of the heights of this weight group are ridiculous. And, and Jade doesn't bother Jade. She's used to it. Excellent body shot there for Jade.
As you say, the height difference not mattering. The only distance that matters was that nice little hook kick to the body. John Gibbon for holding the leg. And it is Jones holding the lead here into the open stance. Good faking from Great Britain's Jade Jones. Nice from Skylar Park. As you said, she's got that attitude.
She's got a great attitude, for me. Punch is not perfect, but it could be a weapon in time.
And that was certainly perfect from Jones. Nice little push kick to the body. Stabs it home. Takes a 3-point lead halfway through the first.
The crowd here absolutely loving having one of their heroes here. And Jade clearly thriving on that energy.
As you say, suffering on the support of the Manchester faithful here, but Skylar Park very much in this contest. Decent attempt at a head kick there. Just measuring her distance. And of course, well, that will not help her efforts there. Slips to the mat. John Gibbon, the strength of Jones evident.
Yes, very, very strong. You can see that, the age difference there, the experience, the strength of Jade Jones just creeping in.
Creeping in again there, almost with that front leg. She hasn't had to look hard to find Skylar Park though. She's held her ground, the Canadian, but perhaps wants to let her feet go a little bit more. Good from Jones into the clinch. Can she clinch this opening round into the last 20?
Better attempted punch by Skylar Park. Not quite there yet.
Well, we're almost at the end of the first round. Jones again with the left push kick to the body and a punch with the left hand on the way through. No love from the judges, but there'll be plenty of love from the fans at the end of the first. The British fighter in blue. Excellent start from her.
Fantastic start for Jones. Thriving on that energy from the crowd. Like I said, this is where she really thrives. She loves being on the big stage. You get nervous. She likes that energy, that nervous energy, and that's where she comes alive. I think Skylar Park did try at the first to kind of put some pressure on Jones, but Jade Jones' strength and power with that front leg and her speed, it's difficult to deal with.
Yeah, difficult to deal with. Sometimes we talk in terms of points and kicks, but it's also, there's a bit of pain there. It's not a lot of fun to take these big shots from Jade.
No, and they're not always going to hit on the body arm. They're going to be arm, they might be a hip. Completely. She is so strong with that front leg. That's why she's won what she's won. That's why she's double Olympic champion.
Well, Team Jones from Flint. Well, we know that Flint plus Jade equals gold, and that's what it's been so far. Skylar Park, a grimace from her shows the gum guard. She's going to have to show her teeth in this one. Biting down, trying to produce her best here into the open stance. Centre referee gets the second round underway here. This is the semi-final, of course, of the under-57s. If you're just joining us, a warm welcome. And it's been a warm welcome for Skylar Park so far. Jade Jones blasting home a good few shots. Skylar Park tries with a head kick. Good block from Jones.
Better by Skylar Park. Stronger with that first shot and trying to take it high. Just not quite fast enough. Jade's just there, ready to block and cover. Much better in that short distance by Jones. It's kind of been a new thing for her in the last year. Not something she's used to, not something she enjoyed, but a lot more comfortable there now. You don't always have to kick.
Wise words indeed. Expert analysis, of course, from Sarah Stevenson, but it's been an expert performance from Jones. Signs of life though from Skylar Park here in the second round. Hasn't really conceded too many, but needs to give Jones something to think about. Goes with the back leg, good block from Jones, cuts it off at the pass and extends her lead.
Excellent punch from Jade there. The left hand didn't score, but it's a threat.
But can she turn that threat into an opportunity? She's certainly got the strength and showing no signs of weakness here. 9-1 to the good with 30 to go in the second. Make that 11 in double quick time.
And Skylar Park really needs to do something to get some points on the board. Bit of a high punch there for Jones, but the referees liked it.
Yeah, as did Jones. Sticks it to the chest and sticks it to the Canadian. Skylar Park in a bit of trouble here on the outer reaches of the mat. 30 seconds left in the second round. Well, they fought before in the Grand Prix. It was 25 to 18. But this one already 14-1 in favour of Great Britain's Jade Jones in blue. She's looking super strong here. Can hardly miss with these punches. Apart from perhaps that one. Into the last 10 seconds of this second round. Tough times for Park, trying to come forward. But the Brit in blue, nice hook kick round the corner as well. Not easy for the Canadian now. That goes without saying. The clock ticks down on the end of the second. It's been the Canadian that's been on the end of the big shots from Jones.
Yeah, it's just going to be too difficult. I think it's a bit of a big ask for Skylar Park to try and pull this back. Jade, just the pressure from Jade Jones is absolutely relentless, and that's one of the reasons why she's so good. If she's enjoying it and she's putting the pressure on, it's really, really difficult. It's really difficult to score on her.
And also, she's having a full conversation in here. There has been times previously, we talked about the Olympic hangover, so Sheng Shujin of China that defeated Bianca Walton of Great Britain. You know, you take a dip after that success. Sometimes your fitness can struggle, you can feel lacking in motivation. Looks fresh as a daisy here.
Yeah, I think Jade can go up. You can go up and down. It's hard to stay at the top. It's hard to keep pushing for 4 years for one day. And when you've already done it twice, it's everyone's dream to do it once, and Jade's done it twice. So for her, she obviously has done absolutely incredible. But it's still difficult to do what she's doing.
Well, to add a little detail to that story, of course, she won the Youth Olympic Games, which you helped her to qualify for. She was out in Buenos Aires. I said she found a new love for the sport, a new desire that's making her work harder than ever, both in training and here on the mat. She goes in there straight away, as does Park, with a body shot for the Canadian. But the fitness is there, the finesse likewise. Jade Jones on the front leg. Park trying to respond. Nice little back leg under the guard as well.
Being out in Buenos Aires, Jade wouldn't have been able to train as much. She might not even be as fit as she'd like to be, but she's certainly focused and in the zone and ready. And if your mind's ready, your body can react and cope with anything.
Mentality so important. Accuracy there from Jones with a hook kick to the body. Plenty of lessons to learn, of course, in the taekwondo, but it's Jade Jones that's handing them out as she blocks a nice head kick attempt from the Canadian. That focus paying off here into the business end of this third round, the final in the offing.
Incredible variety there from Jones. Saw Skylar Park coming in for the punch and just sneaked that. What was that kick?
The jumping flying hook kick, who knows? But doesn't matter what the name of it is, it's certainly scored. As you say, that acrobatic skill to flick it round the corner. And just around the corner now is the final. Last 45 and some change in this one, but no change on the momentum for Skylar Park. She's tried the Canadian. She took a bronze previously. That was her first bronze medal in the Grand Prix in Rome. John's happy to take that Gamjon there. By contrast, Jade Jones has 6 Grand Prix gold medals, 5 silver, 3 bronze, and going for gold now. So experience in blue, hope and aspiration from the Canadian in red. Miss Jones by far the better.
Both looking a little bit tired now. I'm not surprised Jones is. She hasn't stopped for the whole 3 rounds, but that's what she does. That's how she wins.
Yeah, the intensity from Jade Jones. More than happy to shut up shop now. And Skylar Park comes knocking on the door, but we are knocking on the door of the end of this 3rd round. Good spin attempt from the Canadian, trying with all of her might. You mentioned her attitude on the way in. She's given it plenty. She's going back to Winnipeg with a bronze, but going forward, Jade Jones of Great Britain into the Grand Prix final here in Manchester, and she looks as if she means business.
Yeah,
Sarah.
she is really up for this. She wants this so much, and as you said, I think being out in Buenos Aires maybe makes you sometimes think how you used to be when you were younger, and sometimes it's good just to go back to that, because when we get older we can think too much, so maybe that's what's helped her to get into this zone.
That's exactly what she said. She gave an interview to the BBC, and that's exactly what she said. As a youngster she did it because she loved it, and now she's rediscovered that love, and rediscovered it right on time here for the home Grand Prix.
Perfect, and right on time, a year before the Worlds, 2 years before the Olympics, so great timing.
And it was also great timing on the mat, and also a great effort from Skylar Park. Couldn't have tried any harder, and she can go back to Canada with her head held high and a nice $1,000 and a few ranking points. Will she be in the Tokyo Olympic Games? She's on track.
An excellent second action there from Jade, knowing Park's going to come for that headshot or that punch. But a bright future for Skylar Park. Definitely not the last time we're going to see her in a Grand Prix semis or even a final. So Tokyo for her is going to be 2 years to improve, and she's already improved so much.
Absolutely, improvements evident from the Canadian. Delight for Team Jones in the crowd. And of course we have who's going to go against Jade Jones? Julie Jun of China or Rahala Assamani from Belgium. They're up next. Jones waiting in the final. Will it be China or Belgium to join them? We get to find out in just a couple of moments.
Here we have it, our last semi-final. Let's welcome out our athletes in the women's under 57 kilogram category. Fighting in blue from China, Li Chunzhao.
Well, here she comes, Julie Jun. Big moments for her. And some big wins on the way through there. Hatice Ilgun of Turkey, a real tough competitor. So it's a real tough challenge now.
And a great moment for Imogen Yarrow there from Ultimate Taekwondo, looking very happy. Amazing braids, I really need to learn how to do that.
Oh, she's cutting a fine figure on the way in. Who's going to be the most stylish in terms of the kicks on the way out? Big challenge, of course, now. And here comes the Belgian. Rahala Assamani on the way into this one. A silver medal in the Grand Prix in Taiwan. Some big wins on the way, most notably against Kudashova.
And Zach Rogers again. He's been very busy tonight.
Yeah, good old Zach Rogers on the way in, along with Dawood Etmanani, former teammate of ours and now coach of the Belgian national team, and coaching Rahala Assamani to success. Rahala, of course, born in Iran, Dawood likewise, so they can communicate in their native language, in Farsi. That's how they do it.
Yep.
Which makes a difference.
Much simpler if you communicate in your first language, so.
And they've certainly struck up a good bond with that silver medal in Taiwan. Her best ever career result. She's going to need a career best performance as Kwang Cholo, the man from Baku, takes charge of proceedings here. Well, Julie Jun in the Chinese corner, junior world champion, Grand Slam silver medalist. Never easy to do. Won $50,000 for a silver. Not too shabby.
I still keep thinking I'm going to come out of retirement just to go and lose.
Can I coach you?
Yeah, of course.
I'll do that. So let's see what happens in this one. Who's got the quality? Assamani and Zhou will be quietly aware that Jade Jones awaits for them in the final, but they will only have thoughts for each other now. The Chinese fighter, of course, in blue. Julie Jun, calm and composed. Rahala Assamani, As the Vedette Manani gives her the final clap of encouragement. Cagey start, and we know that Assamani loves to work off of the front leg. Happy to be patient. And of course the expansive match that we've just seen. And Taekwondo has a different style for everybody, and Assamani happy to defend. Julie June, of course, will be aware of that, studying her opponent, and now getting a read for the first time. First time they've ever fought. And it's that tension. No one wants to make the mistake early in this one. Just 30 seconds gone in the first.
Definitely completely different to the fight before. Both athletes really wanting to be aggressive and fight. These two just weighing each other up, using that front leg, seeing if they can create some opportunities.
And almost an opportunity there, at least to push for a gamjong for Julie Zhu, trying to get Assamani to back up. But we know certainly from the Belgian that she is a battler. And the longer it stays at 0-0, well, the better the chances for the athlete in red. Good at getting into the clinch and sticking the odd shot over the head. She's got the flexibility. No scores on the board. Less than 40 to go in the first. Julie June not buying any of the fakes here. Assamani trying to fake, intimidate and generate an opportunity. Nothing doing other than the referee noticing the foot guard had come a little bit loose. Likewise the hand guard, but they are on guard here in this one. Last 15 seconds in the first round. It's been passive. If you're making up a highlight reel, this is not going to be in it. However, neither fighter could care less, because when you've never fought someone before, it's always that tension. You've always got to figure out what you're doing as the Chinese fighter sneaks a head kick on the way through. And what we're seeing there, Sarah, when you've never fought someone before, you wait, you're trying to gauge what they do.
Yeah, you're just trying to weigh each other's distance, not commit too much. If you overcommit to somebody that you don't know, you know, there's a risk of them getting that lead and that advantage, and they don't know how you're going to pull it back if you don't know their distance. So if you don't know each other, this would be a very typical first round.
Yeah, typical first round. Awkward start for Rahel Assamani. It's now incumbent upon her to come out in the second and push for it here. Julie June happy with the start. Well, communication being coach and fighter, and indeed assistant trainer there. Good to see. Julie June likewise. She's got her instructions. She's also got a very useful lead. Decent head kick to start proceedings. It's a mirror image of the first, standing stock steady in the centre. Gamjong given, that will help the Belgian in red.
A lot of faking from Assamani. Probably a little, not enough to make anything happen.
Well, of course, you can either fake to intimidate, fake to stop them, but there has to be an intention behind it.
Yeah, you have to make it look like you want something to happen. That's why you use your body and not just your legs.
But using those long legs to good effect, as Julie June forcing the Belgian back. Does well not to give anything up. Her defence is excellent. And this is the best part of her career now, 29 years old. That journey as a refugee from Iran, came to Belgium, worked as a post woman. Used to go to training at night. But she certainly delivered for Belgium, making it to the Olympic Games by qualifying. So she's got a very storied career. Can she add another chapter to this one here? But Julie June of China more than happy, not just with the defence but also the pace of this game.
Yeah, she looks really comfortable here. That front leg can kind of flick to the head at any moment. I'm sure Assamani is aware of that, hence why she's not getting into that short distance.
Justifiable trepidation. A little bit too much hesitation from the Belgium. Can she produce something here? Julie June changes stance, gives a different look. Belgium not buying. She's backed up off the mat there. Last 10 seconds in the second round here.
I think we saw glimmers of Zhu potentially having another gear or two. Very impressive. A couple of little flurries of shots within that round where I thought, wow, she's got some speed, some variety. So, you know, if she does get through, which is looking likely at the moment, could cause problems.
Yeah, absolutely, no question about it. That Grand Slam and Wuxi made it to the final. Went away with the silver. Jade Jones, of course, couldn't get the result that she wanted at the end of the year. Of course, that Wuxi Grand Slam final will come at the end of this year as well. And we're seeing some of the contenders. But of course, it's now on Belgium. Last round. Well, Taekwondo, of course, a variety. Sometimes all-out attack, sometimes a mix of techniques, but this one, slow and steady, wins the race. Certainly the watchword, but as you said, Sarah, the Chinese fighter in blue, Julie Jun, beginning to go through the gears now. Doesn't want to use too much of course. She knows that Jones is waiting in the final, but waiting, and perhaps waiting too long, is Asamani. Decent push kick for the first time.
Zhu has some incredible patience, which we've seen a lot this weekend. For me, any of the younger athletes, just take a little bit of that. You know, when you become a senior athlete, a lot of them tend to be more patient, and it's okay to wait. It's okay to not have to kick every 5 seconds. Just have a little patient move, wait for something to happen.
Certainly waiting for something to happen in this one. The crowd going quiet. The Belgian likewise. Asamani can't get the range. And Julie Jules beginning to fancy this one now. She knows if she can keep it as it is, she's into the final of the women's under 57 kilogram. That will be the last final here on the final day of this Grand Prix. It's been an excellent competition so far. This one, a real tense affair. And Julie Jun happy to stay in second gear. It looks as if Asamani, well, she doesn't want to settle for bronze. Can she find something? Needs a head kick and needs it quick.
I don't think Asamani has the variety within her to be able to make anything happen.
Yep, more than fair comment, and that's certainly tribute and testament to Julie Jules, subduing the Belgian in red, keeping her on the back foot, and it's going to be, for sure, Julie Jun defending, blocking, and she's going to take that step into the final. Never really in doubt, kept it nice and steady. We saw flashes from Julie Jun, and also, she didn't have to work too hard in that one.
No, that was a comfortable win for Zhu. I think she's saved herself, ready for that final, and she's going to need to be ready in that final against Jade Jones, because she is on fire today.
Well, that does indeed complete the semi-finals here in Manchester. Julie Jun, a comfortable progress there, good effort and good credit with back-to-back medals for Belgium. Rahala Asamani gave it what she had, did her very best, but in the end, too good in the end. Julie Jun, and she will be into that final, which is coming up, of course. That will be preceded by the men's under 80 kilogram final matchup. Damon Samson against Raul Martinez Garcia, and that one is just about to get underway. The athletes in the back, preparing, getting ready, and when they join us, we'll bring you every kick and every punch. Well, waiting eagerly, waiting patiently, the crowd, likewise the fighters. Great Britain's Damon Sampson against Raul Martinez Garcia of Spain.
One more time, are you ready, Manchester? When I say GBR, you say, hey, give me up! Give me up! Give me up! Let's get this final started very short.
Well, the crowd's ready. Fighters likewise. A few tense faces in the crowd, but the tension, of course, in the call room. The athletes waiting for their moment. That's me, is indeed the shout from the young lady with the crisps as she sneaks behind friends and family. Speaking of which, the Flint family, Team Jones in full effect. Well, they have something to celebrate at the end. Jade Jones against Julie June, that's the second final. The first one up. Well, two Brits in two finals. Damon Sampson goes against Raul Martinez Garcia.
Manchester, let's get this started. Let's be loud. Let's be energetic. We welcome our finalists, fighting in blue from Great Britain, Damon Sampson.
Well, here he comes, Damon Sampson, showing the respect to the crowd, and they respect his efforts, and a respectable passage through 4 big wins and a way in to this final here. Well, that win against Saif Issa by withdrawal, the injury to the Egyptian will mean the legs are fresh for the man from Elgin. Can he represent Great Britain with good effect here? Tremendous transition from contender to potential champion here.
From Spain in red, Raul Martinez Garcia.
Well, here he comes, Raul Martinez Garcia. The 27-year-old stands at 6'3", similar height and stature to Sampson. A couple of bronze medals in the Grand Prix, followed by 1 silver in Rome. And there's his route through. He looks very good indeed against Nikita Rafaelovic, and Damon Sampson's going to have to be switched on from the start.
Yeah, definitely. I think completely different styles. For me, it depends who can get that lead from the start. And if Martinez gets it, it's going to be difficult for Sampson, but he has that. He can come back. He always seems to come back and pull it back with those headshots, that fast-paced movement that he has. So all set for an exciting final.
All set indeed, the fighters likewise. And also great tribute. The protector system has worked perfectly on every single occasion. And both fighters ready to do their best to blast home the body shots, launch the big kicks to the head, get themselves on the board here. Grand Prix final, the penultimate one of the Manchester Grand Prix. Martin Stamper eagerly awaiting this one. Likewise, Abdelhak Shabibi. He was voted the best referee in the world last year. So experience running the rule over this final here. The men's welterweights, the under 80 kilogram grouping. Sampson, the man in blue. Garcia, of course, well, you can guess which colour he's in. And Stamper will rub down the remaining water. Of course, it's the electronic sensors on the socks, so you can't have any interference with that. And Sampson straight out, ready for action. Martinez, we know, calm, composed, and he's got the quality as well. Eyes down, look in, final time. Abdelhak Shabibi just wanting some cleaning up on the floor here. There's maybe some water has been left, or maybe that's why he's the best referee in the world. Sharp-eyed, taking care of the fighters.
Yeah, spotting every little detail. But brilliant
as well.
Brilliant, why not? Looking after the athletes.
Yeah, himself a former athlete. Nice loan of the Spanish towel. They won't want to be throwing the towel in this one. Sampson, poised and ready. Garcia, both with the fist bump into the open stance, opening stages. Sampson with the punch on the way through. I'm going to count. There's one clinch attempt from Garcia. And the clinchometer ready for the Spanish efforts. Good at controlling distance. Sampson tries to work with that front leg. The crowd hushed. Tense times for both.
excellent start from both looking focused and ready. Attempt to punch there from Samson. A nice twist from Martinez, blocking that punch.
A huge headshot there from Martinez. Finds the spot, finds the home for it. Samson was certainly looking for those punches, trying to be aggressive, leaves the space, and Martinez picks him off on the counter there. Perfect start from the Spaniard in red. The Brit in blue struggling slightly. Lots of time on the board, goes with the punch again. No love from the judges until this point, and it does add up. 4 points of a gap.
Attempted there from Garcia. A decent punch for me, but judges didn't like it.
And I'm sure Damon wouldn't have liked it either. Good power on the inside from Raul. Will he be the king of Spain at the end of this one? Shabibi separates them. As we move towards the business end of this first round. Good chop kick over the shoulder, but he will hit the deck and give away the gam job. Spanish coach here has the video replay card up straight away. So a question here.
Claiming for a push, not a fall by the Spanish athlete.
Yep, did he fall or was he pushed? Tense times now, not just for the fighters but for the coach as well. Plays the card early. Let's have a little look here. What's your interpretation?
For me, not a push.
I would agree with that. Kept his hands back.
He was kicking and fell down one leg.
But mercifully, we are not the final arbiters in this one. Who's going to come up with a decision? Martin Stamper looking eagerly here. It could be a lost card for his opposing coach. Is it a lost cause for the video referee journey? Let's have a little wait and see here. As it stands,
I'd be very surprised if that wasn't rejected, and it is rejected.
the first rejection so far for Martinez. The card is gone. Samson comes with the body shot, leaves a space though. The counters from Martinez. He's showing that intellect as we keep towards the last 20 seconds. And what has been a very good first round for the Spanish fighter. Sweeps a big head kick past there.
That's the distance there that Samson needs to just keep moving. He stands still for too long. We saw in the semi-final he got caught a few times to the body. Martinez is taking that high.
And speaking of high, trying to extend the score there. Martinez kicks low under the guard. Samson will be happy to get back to his corner, but the happiest of the two will certainly be Raul Martinez Garcia. Good start for the Spaniard, 5-point lead. Martin Stamper, an athlete that you know well. Now as a coach, what's he got to say to try and give Damon some advice here?
Martin's an excellent coach. He's a tactical player, tactical coach. They've got a great relationship. For me, he has to keep moving. Don't stand still for too long. Just be aware of the angles. This is where he got caught with that high shot there. We can see Samson just moving around. Martinez just took that, potentially moved the wrong angle.
Yeah, I think he will certainly, if he could have that one back again, he would. But Martinez will be more than happy with that big headshot. That's what separates the two of them at the moment. 5 points of a difference. And this man here, fantastic composure.
Absolutely incredible. You know, he takes every opportunity that he sees. And sometimes you don't always see how they score or where they score. It's very, very quick. And I think that's what Martinez does. He's a less explosive than Samson, less, attractive to look at. But very smart, very composed, and takes every opportunity that he can.
Absolutely, and a big opportunity to go for gold here for this man in red. The Spanish fighter performing well. And as you say, using that composure and accuracy into the clinch yet again. That's the 6th time of asking. So he's so good at stealing the seconds and indeed crushing the motivation here of Samson. The Brit and Blue trying to turn them there, showing good strength. The Spanish fighter standing steady.
Both very strong in the clinch, not allowing anything to happen. not somewhere where Samson needs to be right now. He needs to have opportunities.
Yeah, absolutely, still trying to scramble for distance here, the British fighter in blue, and that is testament, of course, to Garcia. As I said previously, when you try to kick him, he's either too far away or too close. And that's his art, as he goes into a kind of crouching stance in the middle there. And that's not just a physical ability, it's also technical and indeed bravery to stand there in that distance, making decisions. And it's decision time now for Damon Samson, 6 points down.
Martinez very comfortable now. This is where he wants to be, in the lead, controlling that centre of the ring and being hard to hit, but focused all the time.
And once more up close and personal from Garcia, into the pocket, wraps those hands in underneath, kills another 10 seconds on the clock. Samson being stuck at the end of these big kicks and punches. Good evasive step from the Spaniard in red.
We know that Samson has those incredible headshots. Nearly just not quite there.
Yep, distance first the option, and going again with the punch there with the head kick to follow. 12-2 to the good now. Well, Martinez Garcia very much in command here. An unintentional low kick there, catching the top of the thigh. Abdulhaq Chabibi gives the Gamjon. Bad to worse for Samson, 13-2. Decent attempt from the British fighter in blue to keep it going. But Garcia using that physicality, using that dominance, and using up the clock as well. End of the second was the same as the end of the first. We've spoken about, of course, what Garcia has in terms of quality. The biggest factor now is the time left for Samson.
Yeah, I think it's going to be so hard for Samson. He's got to have to pull everything out of the bag, all his effort, all his energy. You know, he's fit, he can pull it back. We've seen him do this before. But Garcia, he likes to be in the lead. He knows what's coming. He's relaxed, he's calm. It's so difficult to score on when he's in the lead and with 1 round to go.
Your sport means everything. Louder and louder and louder.
Well, here we go. The third and potentially final round. The men's minus 80 kilogram final. Here on the final day in the Manchester Grand Prix. As you can see, Raul Martinez with a commanding lead, deservedly so. Damon Samson, it's all on him, tries to change it up with the back leg. He's going to have to throw caution to the wind as he tries to throw Martinez round the corner. And Damon Samson's going to have to keep his composure here.
Yeah, he's getting a little bit frustrated. It did look like he was pulling him in the clinch, dragging him around.
And has he been dragged into deep water here by the man from Madrid? The card is played. Abdulhaq Chabibi will have the conversation. Martin Stamper, I should say, looking for this Gamjon to be invalidated. Let's have a look. From the perspective of the referee, you can see why it would be given, but from our point, perhaps. Let's have a little wait.
It could have been one of those where it could have been left to fight it out. This is a fight.
Yeah, but they're both left with video replay cards missing. Samson going with the headshot, and Garcia, of course, knows it's coming. And if you want to see, well, a masterclass on how to defend, have a little look at the Spaniard for the next minute and a half or so. How many times does he go to the clinch? How many times does he stay away?
Excellent use of that front leg. Holding it up, manipulating, changing the height of it.
Yeah, tough times now for Samson, 15-2. And Raul Martinez Garcia, well, he came into this one in good form. previous medals, of course, in the Grand Prix in London, as he goes again with the head kick there, claps it home, and that's going to put the tin hat on this one as he kicks the helmet of Samson and takes a very useful lead. Silver medal in the Rome Grand Prix. Looks for all the world as if it's going to be gold here. Samson needs a knockout, and that's a big, big ask against a fantastic fighter here.
Damon has the spin. He tried. It's one of the only options he has now.
Yeah, running out of options and running out of time here. Great Britain's Damon Samson. It's been a very good day at the office for the British fighter in blue. He's worked hard. He's definitely not settling for silver, trying to come forward, fighting to the finish. But Martinez Garcia, that's the first time he's given away more than 2 Gambions all day. On to the last 15 seconds now. Great Britain's Damon Samson in blue. He's worked with everything he's got. And it's going to be Samson that's going to settle for silver here. Raul Martinez Garcia takes the Gambion, but he's also going to take the Grand Prix title. Raul Martinez, well, he will be the King of Spain. Spanish gold, blocks the reverse turning kick. Samson gave it everything. And in the end, the man from Spain, just too good and too strong, as he takes both the points and indeed the gold medal. Samson fought to the finish. Astute from Garcia, and it's glorious gold. The first ever Grand Prix gold for him, and a wonderful scene there with both coach and fighter.
And even before the fighter came over, you know, the physio and the coach happy for each other as well. So yeah, it's a great moment. But incredible performance by Samson. He gave it everything right until the last second, right until after it even finished. But Garcia today was just world class, a world class performance in defence, as you said, John. If anyone's watching to learn how not to concede, go onto YouTube and watch Garcia.
Yeah, glorious gold for Garcia, the man from Spain, grabbing his first Grand Prix title, a master of defence, and indeed some excellent techniques as well. Of course, Damon Samson, a silver medal, still very much a force in the -80 kilogram grouping. Ranking points on the trail to Tokyo. He'll be back for sure. Coach and fighter, plenty to ponder as the fans offer their salutations, but it is congratulations to Raul Martinez Garcia. Superb from the Spaniard, richly deserved. And we will be joining the men's victory ceremony in just a couple of moments. And of course, if you're thinking, I don't really fancy the victory ceremony, Jade Jones will be going against Julie June straight after that, so do stay with us. Plenty of taekwondo to come. The final on the final day, and final snaps for fans and fighters. Stay with us, more taekwondo to come. Well, there's the reaction there. Good behind-the-scenes shots from the Grand Prix here in Manchester. That first gold, Sarah, means so much.
It's an incredible moment for him at 27 years old, you know. Not the youngest, not the oldest, but potentially at his peak now. Again, for me, we've got the Worlds next year, we've got Tokyo in 2 years. Good future for Garcia. Being thrown up in the air by his teammates, such a close bond. And they're all very, very proud of him.
Yeah, proud moments for the man from Madrid, but proud moments now for the athletes as they will take their way towards the victory ceremony. Hopefully they can find him. He's not been thrown up into the rafters somewhere, but he'll certainly be raising the roof for him Kim-In-Son, the council member of World Taekwondo, will be in charge of the medal ceremony here. And to the victor goes the spoils. Fantastic efforts for all 4 fighters. And a big moment as well for Damon Sampson. He will be giving his best on the podium. He certainly couldn't have tried any harder in that final, Sarah.
I think he should be really proud of himself. I think that first headshot really changed the game for him. Would it have been a different outcome? Maybe, maybe not. But you know, you just never know with these. These are the best in the world. So one shot can make the difference, and unfortunately, just that headshot, you know, you never know. It could have been a different for Damon, but he should be proud of himself today.
Yeah, he most certainly will be, as will the local fans here. But you can spot there Jade's family giving some love. Grandparents gathered, friends and family likewise. Will they be smiling and cheering as the men emerge from the shadows? Of course, Jade Jones and Julie June will emerge later for the final of the Grand Prix here. Athletes are in position, fans are ready, and it is of course the final steps on their journey.
Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony for the men's under 80 kilogram event will now begin. We will present the medals for the men's under 80 kilogram event, and the medals are presented by Im-Seok Kim, council member of World Taekwondo, and he's accompanied by Shirley Stapleton, CEO of British Taekwondo.
Well, the final few steps towards, well, the final steps up onto the podium. They worked so hard and they trained so well, they went so fast, they went past the podium there. Not easy to do.
Dane was at the wrong side of the podium. There we are, we've got it now.
Well, they've not made too many mistakes today. Samson saying, oh, okay, I'll just stay in the middle then. Good to see that sporting spirit.
I think when you finish though, you're so tired and you've had, you know, 4 or 5 matches in the day. You just want it, in a way, you're glad that it's over. It might not be what you want, but we're all here for the same opportunities. We're all friends.
Yeah, absolutely, same here. Saif Isa looks on as Nikita Ravilovic takes his bronze. And they're laughing and joking. Well, I'm sure they're going to enjoy their evening here in Manchester. And enjoying $1,000 as well. Pretty useful. Well, he battled hard against Damon Sampson. Looks to be walking reasonably okay.
He's a great fighter, quality. He's got so much more to come. Him and the Garcia final would have been very interesting as well.
Absolutely, and he'll be hoping for that in the future. But here in the present moment,
with his dad there, very, very proud. As I said, I know Damon, his role models, his dad, you know, think so much of each other, and you know that's what you want in a father and son relationship.
Yep, father will be proud of the son, grabbing the silver there, grabbing the gold. Well, there's a look on the face of a fighter the first time they make it to the top of the podium, and that's that look.
Oh, he just looks so happy and a little bit emotional there. Really proud of himself.
Ladies and gentlemen,
and so he should be. He's very, very good today. World class.
Well, Spanish gold in the end for Garcia, and he takes the glory. Super stuff from Saif Isa with the bronze. As you say, Sarah, big future for him. Nikita Ravilovic had to work hard for his bronze medal as well. Sampson, in the days and weeks to come, well, he'll count up the ranking points and the cash, but the man from Spain goes back home the victor. There's confirmation. Egypt and Uzbekistan with bronze, Great Britain with silver. That's the man from Spain with the gold. That, of course, completes this victory ceremony as they pose for a few snaps. But if we think just a couple of seconds ahead, 2 fantastic female fighters getting ready to rumble in this one.
Yeah, this is going to really finish on a high for this Grand Prix here in Manchester. The crowd will be buzzing, the crowd are excited, and so are we.
Absolutely, and I hope you are as well. Provided a Fantastic platform for the fighters. Bianca Walton, so often the gold medalist. Superb performance for her. Just checking her phone here, probably texting to say, have a look out because my friend and teammate Jade Jones is on her way in. Julie Jun from China likewise. This one, the under 57 kilogram final. Friends and family gathered. The Welsh wonder, well, she is a treat to behold in terms of fighting. Game plan for this one, you've had a look at both at close quarters. What's your thoughts?
Well, Jade's game plan doesn't really change, it doesn't need to. She wins how she wins all the time, so let Zhao deal with that. That's what that's what I would do if I was her, and that's how she fights, that's how she wins. There's no need to change it.
So here we go, women's under 57 kilogram final. Jade Jones against Julie Jun. Game plans are ready. Both fighters are as well.
I hope you are ready for our second
crowd gathered,
final of the evening.
and we are ready for the last action heroes here in Manchester.
Show some support for our athletes.
Well, she set the bar so high as Jade Jones. The Flint fighter always sparks the crowd into rapture here. Last moments before the final. Game plans are in place. Fighters are ready. And it's action time here in Manchester. Gold medal for being the cutest person here.
I think that's quite possible. I think we all both just went, oh.
Double flags for the double Olympic champion Jade Jones. She will be in the spotlight as some people try to hide there from it. Well, back in black rings out around the arena. Who's going to go back with gold after this one?
Let's make some noise! First out of our women's under 57 kilogram category final from Great Britain in blue, Jade Jones!
Well, the family are on their feet and Jade Jones looks primed and ready. The atmosphere electric. Wonderful moments for the family here.
Keeping it in the family there with Charlie and Poppy, cousin and little sister.
Well, it was that win against Schuyler Park that gives Jade Jones this platform. 4 big wins today, and she's looked ever so composed on the way into this one. Nerves for mum, concentration for the fighter. Team hug to finish.
From China,
Well, Julie Jun comes into this one very much the B-side in terms of the crowd's favourite, but in terms of her passage through, she's looked very, very accomplished indeed. 4 big wins, not really out of second gear. She's going to be ready for this final.
She definitely has another gear, I'm sure. So she needs to be ready, and she has to be ready to be coming up against Jade today. Jade is on fire. And Imogen Yarrow, she's had a great day from Ultimate Taekwondo from Doncaster.
Yeah, she had a little sneaky look up to the big screen there. The fighters can, of course, see everything that's going on as Ruben Richards gives the final words here. Game plans are ready. Fighters likewise. We need a referee for this one. Julie Georges Dib from the Lebanon in charge of proceedings. If you're Julie Jun now, she's up against Jade Jones, she's up against the crowd. Concentration important.
Be ready because it's going to come.
Judges, please start the game.
So here we go, eyes down, look in, the women's under 57 kilogram Grand Prix final on the last day here in Manchester. Jade Jones, the athlete in blue, Julie Jun. She's, of course, in red. And who has saved the best for last here? 3 times 2 minutes. If you're new to Taekwondo, well, welcome. Get a perfect opportunity to see 2 of the world's best, as the family from Flint have gathered. Back in Beijing, I'm sure they're cheering on at home as well. Julie June in red, almost conceding the headshot. It does indeed flick to the face there. Jones will give the gam John. I thought she'd got away with that one there.
Incredible face shot there. Zhao's head went back, but the speed of Jade, you know, you don't always quite see if it connects.
It connects, she did. Good start for Jade Jones. Julie June having to come from behind now. Jones, as you say, doesn't change her game plan, goes again for the head kick. Good block from the Welsh fighter in blue.
Incredible start there from Jones, but be careful in that clinch and that short distance. Zhao's got that head shot round the back. Nice push kick there, stopping that back kick from coming in.
Stopping Julie June from coming forward, kicking low. Gam Jong given, the Chinese coach impassive in the corner. 3 points of a gap. 110 in the first. Julie June just looking a little bit disorganised here.
Yeah, Jade's really putting that pressure on. Strong and fast front leg, forcing the back. The spin isn't working. So now you have to really dig deep and think, what can I do?
Or what we can all do. Just count down the clock here. 40 to go in the first. Julie June tries to come forward. Good credit to the fighter in red, using that push kick. But Jade Jones, that explosive start. And it's not just been the head kicks, she's blocked really well.
Another fast front leg to the face. Taking it 7-1 to Jones, a comfortable lead.
Couple of head kicks from Jones, tries a back kick to boot. And into the last seconds of the first round. Good headshot attempt there from Julie June in response, and she's going to have to respond, but not in this first round. Jade Jones in a commanding position here. Good start for her.
Very strong, very fast. Another level of that speed compared to Zhao. She really has to dig deep now to figure out a game plan of how she's going to start to bring this back.
Yeah, exactly. Zhao Lijun in the corner. But it was out for Zhao at the start of this one. Flicked right in the face here.
Just a really slight tap with the head guard, that's all it needs.
Well, effective and organised for Jones in blue. The trainer clearly a big fan of hers.
Oh no.
That was terrible. Not a big fan of that joke, but trying to keep cool in the coaching corner for China. Julie June still in this contest, 6 points of a gap. And here we go, round number 2. Mum is ready. Come on Jade on the flag. And indeed, on the face of the family. But it's been into the face so far of Julie June, who tries to come out quickly, the Chinese fighter, to her credit. Battling forward. But the British fighter in blue punches and closes, leaves a space for the headshot. Almost connecting there.
Great start by Zhao. Unfortunately, that headshot didn't score, but the intensity is there, it's high.
The high intensity and high kicks as well from the fighter in red. Jade Jones battling on the inside, pulls another shot out there. 9-1 to the good here. And that front leg, well, it's been a weapon all day.
Has been all her life.
Well, we spoke previously about the work in the clinch of Garcia. Similar from Jones, very professional.
Very simple, yeah, exactly. You don't always have to kick. She did score a body shot in the clinch, taking it to 9 before, but just staying there, staying calm. Zhao trying those spins, trying those headshots, they're just not quite there. Is that her technique or is that Jones' movement?
Yeah, as you say, the head movement from Jones, slipping and sliding and holding on to this commanding lead here into the last minute or so of this second period. Julie June, to her credit, she's tried chop kicks, she's tried spinning reverses, almost eats a head kick on the inside as well there. Jones looking super fast off the spot. Last 30 seconds, and when you're still struggling for distance deep into the second round, not a good time.
It's not a good time for her right now.
That could provide marginal comfort to Gamjeon Given for holding in the inside. The lead is cut to 7. Jones again keeps the shoulder high, watches the head kick, and as we watch the clock, 20 in the second.
Good option for Zhao, but just not good enough. Jade's there, she's ready, she's focused, she's moving out the way.
A super start to the second round. Jade Jones meaning business, picking up where she left off as she picks up yet more points on the road to Grand Prix glory here. Julie June struggling. The British fighter in blue in command. 9-2 at the end of the second. And of course Julie June will retreat to her corner here, but let's think about Ruben Richards and Jade Jones. They've struck up a real partnership here.
Yeah, it's not easy to come and step in, you know, to coach Jade Jones, but he has. They're doing well, they're growing together, growing that relationship. And it's obviously clearly working. See her on form, going into the last round, potentially looking to win this.
And by way of contrast, Julie June, she's tried everything.
She has. I think she still has something else left. I think she has a little bit more patience and a bit more of a surprise attack. And variation with that front leg could cause Jade some problems, but potentially not enough.
Well, it's all about this one now. Third and final round. The kicking and punching has been mastered by the fighter in blue. Great Britain's Jade Jones has Julie June chasing shadows here. And it's not just been the kicks and the punches, the head movement, the blocking. And it would help if Julie June had the head guard, because Jade Jones, well, she was known as the headhunter earlier in her career.
I think the coach is maybe calling for a test.
Yeah, as you say, test to the protectors, but it's been testing times for the fighter from China in red. Jade Jones in command here. But however, 7 points, not an insurmountable lead. Julie June needs something quick. And it's Jade Jones with that fantastic front leg again. So strong with that back kick round the corner as well, showing her variety and covering the head kicks as well.
Excellent cover there by Jones, not engaging in the clinch as well.
Attempted back kick from Julie June, well blocked again from Jones, covers the head kick superbly. And she's covered herself in glory so far here in Manchester, picking up the big points when she needed it. And killing the clock now, 1 minute and 30 in the third.
Jones not giving Zhao any time to move, to settle, to think. Extending that lead with another body shot.
Brilliant body shot from Jones, 11-2 on the board. Well, Julie June will remember this one. Jade Jones like a pebble in her shoe here, really getting under her skin, annoying her, constantly battling with that front leg, giving her lots to think about into the clinch as we move into the latter stages of this third round.
Crowd support is incredible here, all getting very excited for this last minute.
Jones in the front foot, both in the match and on the scoreboard. 11-2, third and final round here. She struggled for motivation. She found it again at Youth Olympics in Argentina. She's battled back from Buenos Aires here to Manchester. Can she make her moment count? Julie June scrapping away though, still giving it all she's got. Oh, fantastic atmosphere here in Manchester. Perfect blocking from Jones. running down the clock. Julie June running out of time.
So attempted back kick there, keeping that pressure on, not giving Zhao any time to think.
Well, speaking of time, into the last 20 seconds now. Jade Jones punches and covers, and she's covered herself in glory so far. Can she grab the gold medal here in Manchester? Home turf. The family from Flint, well, they are in full attendance. Jade Jones in the clinch, happy to kill the clock now. 10 seconds remaining. Julie June has given it everything, but for all the will in the world, it looks like it's a silver back to Shanghai, because the fighter from Great Britain in blue doing what she does best, rediscovering the motivation. The fire is back, and the Flint fighter will be happy to take the Gamjon. The front leg has been a wand and a wizard from Wales, and she's on the cusp. Glorious gold for Jade Jones. Fantastic stuff. The fighter from Flint finds a way to grab the gold. Friends and family delighted, and richly deserved. Golden glory for the Welsh wonder. Nice respect between her and coach. Julie June will settle for silver, but it's all about this woman here. Jade Jones, the champion here in Manchester, and for her family, big moments for them.
Just incredible, you know, they're so proud of her, you know, I feel really proud of her, you know, for her to go away and not be, you know, being in Buenos Aires last week, not being able to train as much as she would here. You know, for her that could be like, oh my God, I haven't trained, am I going to be able to do this? But to find that motivation out there and to come here and just fight and to enjoy Taekwondo, I mean, that's another lesson to put in her head now, going forward. If she ever says to me, oh, I've not trained or I've not been able to do this as much, well, you've done it once before now, so you can do it again.
And of course, to the victor goes the spoils, and we will get a chance to have a listen in to Jade Jones. Congratulations to her, and let's have a listen.
Now I am here with Jade. Jade has just won. The feeling in here, it is electric. How are you feeling after that?
Absolutely, I always say it, but amazing. The home crowd, mate, they come out, they shout every single round. When you're down, they're cheering. It's hard to lose because they're screaming at you, come on!
So that energy from the crowd, that kept you going. That was the thing that was pushing you on. You are a gold medalist here at the World Taekwondo Grand Prix. How does that feel?
It feels amazing, and I think a lot of people don't see, you know, the hardness of the training, the mental that it takes to keep winning all the time. You know, it's really tough. Every time I step on the mat, you know, I'm expected to win, so it is tough. So I just want to thank all the people at GB Taekwondo and my family and friends for constantly giving me the support.
You are our world champion here at the World Taekwondo Grand Prix. You're the gold medalist. All that hard work has paid off. Jade Jones, well done. Amazing. Thank you.
Well, indeed, congratulations echoing around the arena. Jade Jones paying tribute there to Performance Director Gary Hall, but also to her family for the support. Well, Grandad and Mum, more than delighted, and a wonderful win for her. Julie June with the silver, but the battle was won. Superb stuff from Jade Jones, and a superb ending to this Grand Prix.
It is absolutely perfect for her, for us watching here, for us for watching at home. An incredible ending. But she said it exactly right, to stay at the top, to always be expected to win, and her always expecting herself to win. I mean, that's incredibly hard to stay at the top.
Well, the wise words there of Sarah Stevenson, who was at the top of the sport. The elite programme built on the back of her success, so Jade Jones walking in those footsteps, gathering a gold medal to add to her glittering collection, of which she's going to add, well, the Grand Prix title. Wonderful times for the family from Flint. Likewise the fighter, showing her respect to Julie June. Silver for China. Couldn't have tried any harder, but in the end, quality counts.
Oh, absolute quality today. She was on fire. Do you know what? She did look like she enjoyed it. You know, she didn't look like she had any pressure on herself. I think that's something for her to take going forward, to start to enjoy it for what the reason why she started.
Well, Well, as you say, that's an interesting insight there to enjoy it. She enjoys this moment there with the friends and the family who've worked hard as young volunteers as well. They've done a day's work.
They've had a great time, they've worked hard, they've stayed focused.
Yeah, lovely moments for the Jones family. Group hug, but it'll be hands on the medals in the moments for Jade Jones there. Superb stuff. And you talked about enjoying it. Obviously we understand, and you in terms of first-hand experience, you win the gold, it must be a fantastic feeling, but sometimes it can pass you by. You can not always enjoy that moment.
Yeah, and the reason why is because this is what they do every day. This is their job. They get paid to be athletes. So if you want to win and you want to get a paycheck, you've got to keep it at the top. So you can always sometimes forget the love for the sport, because they're not doing it for the money. They're doing it because they love the sport. And sometimes you can get drawn into that lifestyle and that, oh, it's my job, this is what I do for a living, this is what I do every day. But we love the sport, that's why they're here, that's why they started in the first place. And I think Jay's shown that today, that just to go back to your roots can help you push you forward.
Well, absolutely, as you say, going back to her roots, finding that fire in her eyes, and the organisers here just finding her in the outer reaches of the arena. So we'll forgive her as the youngster makes a beeline down the running track. And we will of course have the victory ceremony, the final one here on the last day. And for all the fans that paid to come and indeed provide support, well, they have certainly had their money's worth. And it will be the monies to the champion. $5,000 to Jones, a nice little bonus. The Jade Jones fan club there, likewise the Bianca Walton logo. Another good friends. And there's an opportunity now for the dignitaries to join the fray and hand out the medals here. It's a walk you've made many times, Sarah. Lovely feeling.
Yeah, and always better if you're on first position. But even a nice, as I said, even a nice feeling when you're there together with people that you know you want to win. You know, you want to score points on. You want to hurt a little bit if you're a bit of aggression. And then at the end you all come together and you're all friends, and I'm sure later on, if we'll meet up later on in Manchester town, they'll get together, gather and all be friends and all be having a great time together. And then the next competition, back to squaring up to each other, back to trying to beat each other up.
Just as you say that there, a nice show of respect, handshakes all round, and as you say, it'll be celebrations all round later on. But Rahala Assamani, another medal for her, her third Grand Prix medal, following up that silver from Taiwan with a brilliant bronze here. Gave it all she had, but the crowd, they're gathered. Well, I wonder who they want to see.
Very excited, waiting for the photographs, waiting for the selfies.
Our second bronze medalist from Canada, Skylar Park.
Well, a wry smile from Skylar Park. I'm sure she can be proud of her performance. Lessons to learn and signs of progress. Another medal for her, following up that bronze from Rome. She'll be a better fighter for this experience. But speaking of experience, what a final we were treated to.
China, Li Junzhao.
Oh, Julie Jun with a super silver medal. Put plenty into that final, Sarah.
She did, but I don't think, for me, Jade didn't allow her to come into her own. She didn't get a second to get into that fourth, fifth gear.
And one of those fights you could fight every day for the next 10 years and it looks as if Jade would win.
Exactly, yeah.
And Manchester, make some noise from Great Britain and our gold medalist, Jade Jones!
Well, champions do what they need to get on top of the podium. Jade Jones, no stranger to this position, and a tremendous performance for her. Flint plus Jade equals gold, and she's the champion here in Manchester. Fantastic moments for her. $5,000 in the pocket as well. Wonderful stuff for Jones, richly deserved. And as you say, Sarah, we both know her well. There's a genuine smile there, really happy with that one.
Yeah, it's nice to see her there, feeling proud of herself, looking relaxed, looking happy. Yeah, and I'm really proud of her, like everybody else here and at home.
Yep, glistening with sweat after the arduous effort, but it's the glistening gold medal for Jones. Richly deserved, as she claims top spot and the top prize. Wonderful moments for the Welsh wonder. She's created yet more memories here in Manchester. There's the Fab Four. Skylar Park with bronze, Rahel Assemani of Belgium likewise, Julie June with silver. But all the glory and all the plaudits go to Jones here. They will of course take their moment in front of the press, but more important, friends and family waiting for their snaps. And we've seen all the youngsters gathered here. Talk about inspiration, talk about role models.
But I mean, just today alone, with the whole weekend, you know, for them, they've had a Great Britain athlete in the semi-final all weekend. You know, they're watching this thinking, I want to be that girl, I want to be that boy, I want to be here in that final. So the inspiration for them has been priceless.
For the perspiration that created the inspiration, evident on Jade Jones. She's worked hard for that one. And look at the delight here. Gathering their mementos and souvenirs, and they will gather to get well done to Jade Jones. Of course, as Sarah has just told us, it's been a tremendous competition, numerous highlights throughout the day, and there's been lots to enjoy. Sarah, I hope you've enjoyed it as well. Highlights from this one?
I have enjoyed it, thank you very much. Well, this is the highlight right here. Roommates, best friends, complete legends in the sport.
Well, the legends of the sport leave the arena. Congratulations to Jade Jones. Thank you for joining us with what has been a fantastic Manchester Grand Prix. But from all of us, from Manchester for the moment, it's goodbye for now.